Hi everyone. So for homeworks 5 and 6, I wanted to have a look at public transportation in Detroit. So we'd already done that on homework 2 using the buffer analysis tool. And so for this homework, I dug a bit into ArcGIS and found out about the service area. And so it's another geoprocessing tool that I'm going to use today to show how we can analyze public transportation in a city. So first of all, our service area is a region that encompasses all streets that can be accessed within a given distance or travel time for one or more facilities. So we can see on the picture, so there's two different facilities, it's the points, and then around that we can see some sort of buffer, but it's not round like we'd used for homework 2. And so that's because it encompasses and it takes into account the different physical and geographical obstacles that you can find. And so it's more precise than just a buffer where it's a circle that takes everything. And so here it really analyzes where, like for example, a 10-minute driving distance is and how long it really takes to go to some point. So the first thing I had to do for my homework was, of course, setting the projected coordinate system to UTM-17N. Then the first layer that I added were the bus routes for DDOT, the smart lines and the Q line. And so then I did a clip feature with the Detroit boundary because I just wanted to look at Detroit, not Metro Detroit. Then the second layer that I added to my project were the different bus stops and the Q line stops. So then as you can see up top, I went to the analysis tab, and so there's a feature called network analysis, and when you click on that, there's a window which pops up and you can then select service area. And so after clicking on that, there's a new tab which opens up called service area layer, and so when you click on that, you can set the mode. So I put it in walking time. I set a 5-minute walk. You can also change the symbology. I put high precision and dissolve. And then the next thing you have to do is to import facilities. So the facilities are, like, for example, for my project, it's a bus stop. And so then you can see with the pop-up window that for input location, so the facilities, I selected the DDOT stops. Then the next thing to do is to click on run at the left to run the geoprocessing. So after doing the geoprocessing, this is what it looks like. And however, I ran into a few issues because with the geoprocessing, it can only be done with features under 1,000. And for example, just with the DDOT bus stops, I had over 4,000 different features, so I had to import a districts layer and clip the bus stops with every district, so I had to run the service layer analysis 7 different times so that I could fit every information into my map. And so then the last thing I did was to import my map into a layout, so then I added legend, scale, the north arrow, and I added 2 paragraphs where I explained why I wanted to study public transit in Detroit, and the second paragraph is describing how I did it. And finally, I was able to do this homework because there's on the ArcGIS YouTube channel, there's a whole playlist explaining how to analyze public transit on this software. So that's how I was able to find out about what I wanted to do, and then to apply what they teach in those videos for Detroit to analyze public transit.